For the holiday, the back-to-back storms sweeping across the country. From Denver to Minneapolis, warnings and watches at this hour. The Midwest then into the Northeast. 25 states bracing for heavy snow and high winds. And here in New York City, will wind gusts ground the famous balloons for the Thanksgiving Day parade. Also tonight, the deadly confrontation, the chaotic scene unfolding. A suspected carjacker armed with a machete, turning and chasing a police officer. The officer falling, police then opening fire. The hazmat emergency unfolding right now. More than a dozen children, at least 3 adults, rushed to the hospital. The well-known sheriff shot and killed responding to a call. Authorities say the shooter is the son of a sheriff's deputy. He's now charged with murder. Breaking now, a federal judge in Washington has just ruled former White House counsel Don McGahn must testify in the House, despite orders from the Trump White House not to. What could this now mean for other potential witnesses? John Carl standing by live. New fallout tonight, the defense secretary now saying President Trump ordered him to allow Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher to keep his trident pin. And the Secretary of the Navy is fired. Tonight, his new scathing comments. News in the Epstein case, 2 federal prison guards on duty the night Jeffrey Epstein took his own life. Tonight, claiming they are scapegoats. And new images just in tonight, the historic heist surveillance now showing the thieves smashing the display cases at one of the oldest, most famous museums in the world. Did they cut power to part of the city so they could make their move in the dark?
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here to start off this Thanksgiving week together. But we begin with those back-to-back storms that could cause real travel problems across the country, just as millions travel for the holiday. A storm moving across the west right now before heading straight across the country, and you can see this tractor-trailer jackknifing in Washington State. It comes after that nor'easter moved up to the East Coast, snow and sleet. Pictures from Columbia County, Pennsylvania there. And with that moving off, there is now a lot more coming behind it. Warnings and watches in 25 states as we come on tonight, from California to Michigan, a major threat here in the East by Wednesday. And on Thanksgiving Day, real concern over strong winds here in New York City. Will the famous balloons be grounded for the parade? We time it out for you. ABC's Clayton Sandell leading us off from Denver.
Tonight, the first taste of a storm bearing down on the west that forecasters are calling historic and unprecedented. Part of a pair of storms already snarling holiday travel across the country. In Central California, 30-mile-per-hour winds kicking up dust, cutting visibility, and likely triggering this chain reaction crash. Snow making roads a mess in Washington and Utah. The storm now headed to Colorado.
This is going to be a big snowmaker, our biggest snowstorm of the season so far.
Denver's airport is expecting nearly 200,000 flyers tomorrow. A record 31.6 million passengers nationwide are expected to fly over the holiday. And Thanksgiving may deliver a bitter dish. The Macy's parade balloons may be grounded for the first time since 1971, thanks to high winds.
And David, this storm is really expected to kick in overnight. 425 flights are already canceled for tomorrow, and the morning commute could be a real mess for some of the 50 million people expected to hit these roads over the holiday. David?
Take it very slowly all week long. Clayton, our thanks to you, and let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee, who is timing it all. And Ginger, you've got your work cut out for you this week.
It's a big one, David. We've got wind alerts from Santa Barbara, California to Buffalo, New York, and so many different winter storm warnings, advisories, and watches in between, all the way through the Texas Panhandle. So let's go ahead and focus on storm number 1. That would be the one impacting Denver right now. If you had plans to travel Interstate 70 tonight through early tomorrow, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and delay that. It is just going to be horrible. Visibility less than a quarter mile, gusts up to 35. Then that heavy snow moves into the northern plains, and you've got severe storms tomorrow afternoon from St. Louis down to Mississippi. That then moves Minneapolis, Green Bay, all could see impacts in the way of snow, and eventually that makes wind here in the Northeast. But that's when Tuesday night into Wednesday, we get the next big one, and that's the one that could make history, especially Northern California along the state line into Southwest Oregon. Gusts up to 80 miles per hour, 1 to 3 feet of snow, and we're talking about that one then moving across the nation as well. We could see gusts again here in New York City, closer to 40, and that would indeed ground those balloons at the parade. We'll be watching it, David.
All right, we'll take it one day at a time. I gather we'll see you tomorrow night, Ginger. Thank you. We move on to the other news this Monday night. The deadly police shooting in Hollywood, California. A suspected carjacker with a machete chasing an officer who was trying to stop him. The heart-stopping moment, the officer trips and falls, the man with the machete standing right over him. Other officers coming to his rescue, firing to stop the suspect. And ABC's Will Carr with the images tonight. And we warn you, they are disturbing.
Tonight, a deadly confrontation in the heart of Hollywood.
Units requesting a backup at McCadden, just south of Sunset, on 211 suspect armed with a machete.
This dramatic cell phone video captures the moment police say a man armed with a machete carjacked someone in this Chick-fil-A drive-thru on Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, he got a machete.
Officers surround the car, then suddenly the suspect hits the gas, takes off, and slams into two nearby police cars.
He got stuck.
Another bystander captured the moment the suspect ran across the busy street, then onto the sidewalk, all while wielding that long machete. An officer pursues. The man with the machete then turns back and starts to chase the officer.
Don't do it! Don't do it!
The officer fires, but the man pushes forward. The machete still in hand. The officer runs into the street, trips and falls. With the armed man standing over him, several other officers open fire.
That suspect was struck by gunfire and was transported to a local hospital where he has since been declared deceased.
Police recovered the machete, saying the blade was more than a foot long.
Just chaotic scene there playing out this afternoon. Will Carr joining us from that scene in Hollywood. And Will, we're learning tonight that the officers walked away with minor injuries.
That's right, David. Amazingly, after that carjacking, the crash, and then the confrontation with that machete, the only person who was seriously injured was the suspect. He was killed. Tonight, this part of Sunset Boulevard is still shut down during the heart of rush hour traffic here in Hollywood. David.
All right, Will Carr, thank you. In Atlanta at this hour, we're following a situation. Nearly 20 people have now been hospitalized after a hazmat emergency playing out late today at a daycare there. Atlanta firefighters transporting 16 children and 3 adults for treatment with symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning, including headaches, nausea, and vomiting. Authorities say a furnace could be to blame. It's unclear whether the daycare had working detectors. And next to a well-known sheriff in Alabama known as Big John, killed in the line of duty by an 18-year-old driver who he had asked to turn down loud music at a gas station. And that teen, it turns out, is the son of a sheriff's deputy. Here's ABC's Kaylee Hartung.
Tonight, the son of an Alabama sheriff's deputy behind bars, charged with the murder of another law enforcement officer. Authorities say Lowndes County Sheriff John Williams was fatally shot when he approached a pickup truck at a convenience store and asked the driver to turn down loud music.
He went to the store because the store had a lot of people loitering in the parking lot with playing the music loud.
Investigators say 18-year-old William Chase Johnson shot Sheriff Williams, who was not wearing a uniform, then ran away, setting off a statewide manhunt. Johnson is the son of a sheriff's deputy in neighboring Montgomery County. 4 hours later, police say Johnson returned to the scene of the crime with a gun in his hand and turned himself in.
If any of you know Big John Williams, he was a wonderful man. Everybody in law enforcement knew him. If you've ever met him, you'll never forget him.
Tonight, Johnson's bond has been denied, and the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department tells us Williams' son was among those who witnessed his murder. David.
Kaylee Hartung tonight. Kaylee, thank you. And next to that developing headline involving the White House tonight, a federal judge in Washington late today ruling that former White House counsel Don McGahn must testify in the House, despite orders from the White House not to. What could this ruling now mean for other potential witnesses? Here's ABC's chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl, tonight.
Late tonight, in a blow to President Trump, a federal judge ordered former White House counsel Don McGahn to comply with a subpoena to testify before Congress. The White House had attempted to block his testimony, and the Justice Department has already announced it will appeal the judge's order, setting up a precedent-setting case at the Supreme Court, with implications for other witnesses in the impeachment inquiry. It comes amid a new sign impeachment is on a fast track. House Intelligence Chairman Adam Schiff announced today he will release a report shortly after Thanksgiving revealing, quote, a fact pattern that is overwhelming, unchallenged, and damning. But Schiff insists the investigative work continues, and we are learning additional information almost every day. It comes amidst growing scrutiny of President Trump's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani. Giuliani dismissed suggestions he'll be the fall guy for the president.
I've seen things written like, he's going to throw me under the bus. Right. When they say that, I say, he isn't, but I have insurance.
This is at least the second time Giuliani has mentioned a, quote, insurance policy. He says he's being sarcastic. What do you make of Rudy Giuliani saying he has insurance?
Oh, I don't know. Rudy's a great guy. Rudy was and he covered that himself. You know that.
Two of Giuliani's associates have been indicted by prosecutors in New York. One of them, Lev Parnas, says he's eager to cooperate. ABC News has learned Parnas turned audio and video recordings over to congressional investigators, including recordings of Giuliani and the president. It's unclear what the recordings depict. The committee only began reviewing the material last week.
So let's get to John Karl. He's live at the White House tonight. And John, as you reported, that federal judge ruling just moments ago, the former White House counsel Don McGahn obviously must comply now with the congressional subpoena. But John, you and I both know other potential witnesses are all following this case too, what this judge would decide and how it might affect them.
Absolutely. For example, potential star witness John Bolton, the former national security advisor, has been watching this case along with another one. The judge, in issuing this order, said that her conclusion was, quote, inescapable. And David, she added, no one is above the law. This will have clear implications for the other witnesses.
All right, John Karl with us live tonight on the Breaking News. Thank you, John. There is also new fallout after President Trump defended a Navy SEAL. He fired the Secretary of the Navy. And tonight, the Defense Secretary at the Pentagon now saying the president ordered him to allow Eddie Gallagher keep his trident pin after being accused of misconduct on the battlefield in Iraq. And tonight, that Secretary of the Navy who was fired is now speaking out with scathing new words. Here's Martha Raddatz.
Tonight, as far as President Trump is concerned, his standoff with the Pentagon is over. The Navy Secretary fired, and the Navy SEAL at the center of a war crimes case keeping his coveted SEAL trident pin and his rank under Trump's own orders.
With Eddie Gallagher, you know that story very well. They wanted to take his pin away, and I said, no, you're not going to take it away. He was a great fighter.
Gallagher, while acquitted in the deadly stabbing of a teenage ISIS fighter in Iraq in 2017, was found guilty of posing inappropriately with a corpse and sentenced to 4 months' time served. The president repeatedly intervening on Gallagher's behalf, including publicly slamming the Navy for starting the process for a review that could have stripped Gallagher of his rank and full benefits.
This is all about ego and retaliation. This has nothing to do with good order and discipline.
Secretary of Defense Mark Esper firing Navy Secretary Richard Spencer last night. Late today, in an interview with CBS, the former head of the Navy was asked what message this sends.
That you can get away with things. We have to have good order and discipline. It's the backbone of what we do.
In the end, Esper following the president's directive to let Gallagher keep his rank and trident in hopes the service can just move on.
Somebody has their back, and it's called the President of the U.S., okay?
The president certainly has some support from the military, but let me read to you what a Navy SEAL with decades of experience wrote to me today. The leaders of the special warfare community will feel like they've been chopped off at the knees by having the president stop the review. Senior officers have now had their ability to manage their culture taken away and publicly undermined. So, David, this is not over for some members of the military. David?
All right, Martha Raddatz with us live tonight. Martha, thank you. And next, 2 federal prison guards on duty the night accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein died, appearing before a judge today and now claiming they are scapegoats in this case. Prosecutors say Michael Thomas and Tova Noel falsified records to make it look like they performed 30-minute checks the night Epstein was found dead in an apparent suicide in Manhattan, allegedly caught on surveillance cameras appearing to sleep or shop online. The pair have now pleaded not guilty. Now to the race for 2020 tonight, the newest presidential candidate, billionaire former New York City Mayor Mike Bloomberg, making his first campaign appearance at a diner in Virginia, saying he knows how to beat President Trump. But one of Bloomberg's Democratic opponents, Elizabeth Warren, already saying he's trying to buy the nomination. ABC's Lindsay Davis from Virginia.
The billionaire former mayor of New York City kicked off his campaign for president of the United States at a crowded diner in Norfolk, Virginia. Then a low-key announcement in a hotel ballroom.
We cannot afford 4 more years of President Trump's reckless and unethical actions.
Bloomberg jumping in late in the game. He's skipping the first 4 primaries, focusing on the states that vote after.
Some are saying that they see your decision to run now as an indication that you feel that the current candidates in the field are weak and they can't get the job done. Is that accurate?
Well, let me phrase it this way. I think that there is a greater risk of having Donald Trump reelected than